I'm here to see the garden of Henk Scholtz, a garden designer and artist. This is a small garden that circles around the house. The front path runs between beds containing native strelitzias, framed and contained by tightly clipped privet hedges. At the back, Henk has a semicircular lawn and a veranda that runs the length of the house with stupendous views out to the mountains.
You do have this amazing borrowed landscape. I mean, it is about as dramatic as it could be, isn't it?
No, I mean, it's spectacular.
And what do you think is the secret of a small garden? Because there is a great failing, it seems to me. A lot of people feel, if only I had a bigger garden, everything would be okay.
No, I don't agree with that at all. For me, it's what you do with that space.
Yeah.
Number one, first of all, is to divide it up in as many spaces as possible.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be a solid wall or a solid hedge. If you step down the steps, down to this lawn space, you're in a total different room. I love this space. I enjoy this space. For me, this is my palette where I play.
I don't think I've ever seen a garden so intensely detailed. Some of this is playful and some very practical, like the steep angle or batter on the hedges.
Now, in the UK, you really don't see that.
Really?
No, they tend to be cut straight.
Yeah. No, for us, with the maximum sun on both sides, and you get a better growth. And it avoids all the dead ends.
And what is this?
This is ligustrum.
It is a privet.
Yeah.
You see, you very rarely see a privet in the UK used for a low hedge.
Yeah.
Between the privet hedges and the boundary fence were clipped balls of plumbago, which I'd always thought of as a sprawly houseplant. Henk doesn't only shape his plants, but his sculptures, made from recycled materials, are also an important part of the garden.
Floating implements, just blow in the wind.
Lovely, really beautiful. And I like your water feature, I suppose.
Well, that's basically our South African version of feng shui.
Right,
If you want to see that. That's my security guard.
Yeah. I can see
with the Medusa outrest.
She's a beauty.
Yeah.
A great beauty.
Everything in the garden is tweaked, trimmed or adorned.
I love, as obviously one would, all the little touches in this
Thank
garden.
you. Yeah.
And there are a lot.
That's found objects.
Although small, at every turn there's a new composed view.
The lawn is describing the circle.
Absolutely.
And I really like that. And this is lovely. I really like this. The way that it's enclosed in, and the curves of the hedge.
Yeah. I mean, it's basically, it grows on you. It's like an organic thing that's alive. I mean, you can basically shake this thing. I mean, it's like, but that's what we call ragoda. Ragoda hastata, like saltbush. Smell your hands, and then you'll stop doing that.
It smells, dear viewer, of slightly off fish. But now he tells me.
But it clips beautifully.
Yeah, I'm sure it does.
Henk told me that he trims the entire garden every 12 days throughout the year, and the combination of his tight clipping and idiosyncratic playfulness is evident everywhere. And the flowering plants seem to thrive spectacularly on his regime.
It's the most floriferous Tracheospermum I've ever seen.
Yeah, I must say it's extremely happy.
Yeah.
And that's just one plant. That's one plant that is in
amazing.
That space. Yeah.
And suddenly this muted palette becomes shocking pink in the bougainvillea. And I love that where I'm standing now, that curve is perfect.
Yeah.
Very beautiful indeed. This is probably the most photogenic garden I've ever been to. Everywhere you look, you turn your head and there's a picture. I love the way that it's the expression of one man's work, that it's personal, it's quirky. The relationship between the sculpture and the plants and the design, the whole thing has been fabulous. And I particularly like the way that it's used indigenous plants, that it's an expression of South African gardening and art. And after all, that's what I came here to see. So that's been very inspirational.